Hey yo everyone, this is a HappyAnimaidCafeManager here with another walkthrough episode for the game Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Alright, I'm still on this second day of Turnabout Samurai. I'm looking for Alright, before I let the event unfold, I just want to say what happened in the last episode. Well, a guy by the name of Will Powers has been suspected of murder, and the victim is Jack Hammer. Not very good at this. So anyway, let's move on. Alright, so Phoenix just asked, well, was Miss Oldbab back doing her job in between the hours of 1 to 5 p.m.? Are you criticizing how I do my job, whippersnapper? No, it's just that after seeing you eating those donuts in the guard station yesterday, I could watch the game and eat donuts at the same time. Snipper whapper. Old Windbag is losing it, Nick. Why don't you raise an objection? So the witness was on duty through the afternoon the whole time. Very well. What did you see? Now the murder happened at 2 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked by me at 2 p.m. 2. You're sure? Sure as spit. Well, who was the man? Really, you should try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain something. Now, don't get your skivvies all in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. Taken at the gate between the entrance and the studios, October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2. Certain man walked by at 2 p.m. Now the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? I was at the main gate from then until 5, from 1 to 5. Anyway, time, cause of death at October 15th at 2:30 p.m. Cause pierced through the chest by a spear. I was at the main gate from then until 5. This is where I need to raise the objection. So you were watching there the whole time, no break, not even a second? Of course I am. Of course, I am a professional, you know. Or are you criticizing how I do my job, whippersnapper? No, it's just after seeing you eating those donuts in the guard station yesterday. Why don't you raise an objection? I remember how to get through this. Unfortunately, I will have to penalize you, Mr. Wright. I must be on the wrong track. Now the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? How did you know that? Oh, I have my ways. That overdressed young detective told me. I fed him some donuts and he talked and talked. If you ask me, that detective isn't cut out for his job. Poor Detective Gumshoe getting chewed out by a security guard. So you saw Mr. Powers. That's why I said you got wax in your ear, Sonny. Nick, this is your chance. Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon. I'll say it again. It was him. She isn't sure it's him because he... Well, anyone would believe it was Will Powers just because he's, wearing the Steel Samurai costume. Let me get this straight, Miss Oldbag. You've been saying it since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than a Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Tokyo. Miss Oldbag. Is this of Mr. Powers that you just saw? Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Will Powers, right? Yeah. Well, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. I know that. I wasn't born yesterday. No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss Witness. He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Powers, do you? Huh, no, the old man. Of course I have proof. What? Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know? No, everyone would be so nosy. You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look. Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof then. The man in the photo. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props and it was a big mess. Apparently he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his legs, see? Clear as day. Now that's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? So he had sprained his ankle. Very well. Mr. Rice, you may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. The man in the photo. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Mr. Powers trip and fall. Trip and fall? Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped to make it better for him, of course. You helped make it better? I kissed it where it hurt. Let's just skip over that part, shall we? Where was the assistant then? Oh, she was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. You may continue your testimony. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. He broke a prop. Sure did. His own samurai spear. Samurai spear. The murder weapon. Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it. This strikes me as a significant detail. I'd better write this down in a court record. Alright, the murder. Okay, the evidence has been updated. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there is one thing that bothers me, which is, where is the Steel Samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes? And it is clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. Are you sure, Your Honor? I think I'll wait and see where this goes. I suppose since there weren't any additional crew members at the studio that day, it's quite likely that it was the defendant inside that costume. I see no problem with this evidence. Most perceptive, Your Honor. He still doesn't seem that convinced to me, I hope. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? No need to ask twice. Witness's account continues. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw go through the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be the Steel Samurai. Who did it? Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. True. The only person I saw go to the studios before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. What about before you got to the guard station? You mean before 1? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them. Are you sure? The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio would have to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy. Edgy boy. Old Windbag sure has balls. Or, well, you know what I mean. Old Windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or, for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. It's something for you to look forward to, perhaps. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. Oh, I've seen it. Right, main gate, employee area, Old Windbag sure has. 2:30 p.m. How do you know that? Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective, and then, after some rubbish about being a secret pal, he told me everything. I think Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officer's fondness for donuts. Are you absolutely sure? Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all. Nobody suspicious looking. Right. No one else went there. Let's see. So I'll go through this. There was Will Powers. Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Yes, sirree, Sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture. And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all the security cam data. Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed were words. October 15th to 2 p.m., photo number 2. Even I know what that means. It was taken at 2 p.m. on October 15th. On October the 15th. Really, Sonny. Actually, I knew that too. The issue is, here is the bit that at the end where it says photo number 2. Photo number 2. The computer only held data for one photo that day. Don't you think that it's odd? Shouldn't this be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? Order. Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I wanted to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not one, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there's only one data for the photo. For one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access to security lady herself. You watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Well, yes, that's what it would seem to me. Can the witness explain this to the court? I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help! Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper. Something the matter, Miss Oldbag? Ah, that's right. I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai. Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. I see. Your testimony, please? The other person. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it now, I remember throwing out one photo that day. Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this. Well, of course, Sonny. I've only just remembered it. Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination. Well, I say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. The other person. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking. Come to think. Well, who in the heck was in the photo you erased? A fanboy? Fanboy? Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was just that. One was there that day. Well, wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words. Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside, and well, that's where they come in. They come in through the drain. I told you they were free. Oh, and they're kids, children, whippersnappers. Kids? So on the photo that you erased, it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. What? Order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studio that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade. Oh yes. Well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him. Can't catch him. A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield this samurai spear. Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy. Right. As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there, and it makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. I'd like to take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. Alright. Defendant lobby number 3. At 11:08 a.m. Mr. WP. Yes? Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio. I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping on it. Who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo? How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really. What? You should take better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick, what are we going to do? First we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we could get another day. Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick. It's time. Okay, let's go. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else who could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Order! Interesting. Let's hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right, great. As if the stakes weren't high enough. So, who was it? This person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder? I pictured the assistant girl being too short to wear the steel samurai costume. The grade school boy is much too small to carry the costume. That's for the assistant girl. I may have tried that before, but when I first played through this case, and I got penalized. The grade school boy is the wrong answer, obviously, so all that's left is the security lady. It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag. Who? The steel samurai dragging his leg in his picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady. Oldbag. What? Whippersnapper. Order! Is this true, Oldbag? Oldbag? That's Miss Oldbag to you. Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the steel samurai costume. Then slipped into the studio and won the scene of the murder. Well, why would she go through the trouble of wearing the steel samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew that the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so y'all think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there. Do something. What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way. The very same reasoning that makes Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day. But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer? You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed. That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy. The one whose photo I erased. He's only a grade schooler, though. As you said, 2nd or 3rd grade, was it? That doesn't matter. When I was at that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds. Tops. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not the killer. What? How can you be so sure? Oh, or is this be nice to the kids and meet your elders day, whippersnapper? I have proof. Proof? Indeed. Let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder? The murder, well, samurai spear, the murder weapon, a break in the shaft has been mended with duct tape. They said earlier this is heavy to wield. Your Honor, the murder weapon was the samurai spear. Well, thanks for watching. Until next time, to be continued, baby.